Welcome back to the shop in 2026. I'm enjoying a nice work night, and I thought it'd be fun to take you guys around and show you what I'm working on. We got the comfy pants on at 70 degrees, so let's take a walk. We'll start with the Bonneville because it is the front and center main attraction. I've got it up on higher blocks so I can skate around under it a little easier. The fuel line from here to there has been removed. The old one, it was crusty, and the old brake line. So as of right now, the brake lines on the front are done. So we've got new hard line going from the passenger side across. I had to couple it and extend it to get it up to the proportioning valve. Get the other front, and then proportioning valve to master. The bracket turned out nice, everything feels good. And then this line going back to the rear flex is the only line that's left. So that's exciting. And then the fuel line as well. I do have the steering box in, making good progress on this one. I need to get the transmission crossmember out to replace some rubber, the rubber bushings, because it's trapped on rubber on either end, and then the rubber transmission mount. So it's got dual vibration isolation, which is kind of neat. Anyway, I'll have a bigger update for this guy on Friday. And let's see. I was waiting for some brake connectors. I didn't have a quarter inverted flare coupling, so that just came in today. But I'm working on a longer TIG torch. This is a water cooled, I think it's an 18 torch. So I've got a fresh set of consumables on this. This came with a used Miller Thunderbolt. My friend Ryan helped me pick up many years ago. This has been in a box. So you've got your argon and then water in, water out. So to hook it up to the prime weld, you've got this adapter with the coolant hose, and then back up a little bit. So water cooled torch. The welder's over there, and I'll show it in just a second. But basically, I'm cooking my 165 amp air cooled torch, and I don't want to burn it up. So 3-gallon jug, and inside here I have a pump. What's the pump from? Like a fountain pump. So this is a 3-gallon water jug. It came with a spigot here, and I replaced that with a 3D print to allow a 1/2-inch hose pass through, as well as the 120 volt cord for the pump. And then I cut the end off that cord because it's going to get the IEC connector or IEC plug. And so this will plug directly into the back of the welder. So anytime the welder's on, the pump will be running. No cooler. I'm just going to assume if I'm doing enough welding to heat up 3 gallons of coolant, then I've got bigger problems. But this is going to end up living on the cart. And I think I'm one left-hand fitting short. These are pipe thread, but I just turned them down. I'm going to clamp the hose on here. So I'll put a clamp on that guy. That'll adapt me to coolant. And I didn't think about a return fitting. I have to do a return fitting. I may have to drill and put a bulkhead in this guy, because I can't fit 2 lines in here. Or actually, you know what? I may reprint that with a section of hard line so that, because that's rubber line, but I could probably fit 2 hard lines side by side as a pass through, and then the rubber on the inside down to the pump. Yeah, I'm gonna reprint that guy to correct that. I forgot about a return. I was thinking feed and then power, and I forgot about, making it a system. So TIG cooler in process. I've got some aluminum welding I want to do, and I need to have something a little better. So it'll also be nice that this is quite a bit longer lead. So I'll clean up the ends, and this will be good. I'm also doing a little bit of maintenance on the Langmuir. So I replaced here's an example. I replaced the limit switches for the Y-axis. There's 2, and that sets the squareness of the gantry. So as of right now, I've got the gantry re-squared and reset the 2 limit switches, so it should cut rectangles instead of parallelograms, and we should be back in business. So little bit of work there, but I need to figure out a way to make these side panels more easily removable. The 8 screws each time to pull the plexiglass out is a little clunky, but I think I've got it dialed in. I'm gonna come in and probe. I've got a bigger block, machinist block in here that's big enough that I can come in, check one side, and then this is a known square, so. Yeah, get this thing back up and running. And what else did I want to talk about today? The prime weld TIG machine. So my air-cooled torch lives in here, and it's a pretty short torch. It's a CK style, or CK is the brand. But the welder has a place for a cooler right on the back. So IEC plug in that. And I think right beside the TIG machine, but behind the MIG welder, that 3-gallon tank can sit right here. I'll probably make some kind of holder to hold the big torch. So I don't think I'll need it all the time. Most of the time, the air-cooled torch is nicer because it's a lot more flexible. But anyway. Also, the astute observer would have noticed that my Vise collection has grown. I've wanted a Wilton for a long time. They're just a very aesthetically pleasing Vise. I got this one at a very local auction in Manchester, but I didn't realize that it had been repaired. This is my repair. It was repaired very poorly, but basically they were reefing on it so hard that the whole dynamic jaw broke off. And then when they welded it back on, it was clocked wrong. So I ended up cutting this and shortening it a little bit. I lost a little bit of travel on the jaws, but got it reclocked correctly. It's probably a little shaky. Got it reclocked correctly where within the amount of slop, it's fitting pretty well. Quick restoration off camera on this guy. This is just something I cleaned up. I ended up painting it Pontiac blue because one, I thought it was cool, and two, the paint's already out. Yeah, this is I think it's number 8 in my Vise collection. So I'll throw a image up of what we started with, but I don't know how well that weld repair will last. I'm not gonna beat on this one. It's more, got the soft jaws in it. Just a nice piece. That one's still my favorite, but that one's coming in a close second. Thanks for coming out and walking around the shop with me today. I try to always have some fun stuff happening, but bigger video coming up soon. I'm hoping to get a good work day in this coming Friday. Until then, thanks for watching.